Good evening and welcome back into this new More Weather Forecast video. My name is Beckett Moore, and in this forecast video we're talking about Hurricane Helene. Just was officially named as a hurricane and is expected to make landfall tomorrow evening along the peninsula of Florida. So let's get straight into the forecast, looking at the National Hurricane Center's latest track for Helene. Now tomorrow morning this storm's going to be about in line with Key West, just to the north of Cuba, but really as we head into this afternoon, that's when Helene is going to start rapidly intensifying from a Category 1 hurricane, possibly all the way to a Category 3 or 4 hurricane, making landfall tomorrow evening along the peninsula of Florida and really in that Big Bend region of Florida. I'm circling with my finger right there, likely near Apalachicola, Florida. So again, this is going to be a very strong storm, likely going to be around that Category 3 status, bringing strong winds, storm surge, possibly catastrophic storm surge, and flash flooding as you head inland. Now, speaking of storm surge, that of course is going to be likely the biggest threat because we are going to have 15 to 20 feet of it. That's what the National Hurricane Center is calling for right now, and that is possibly going to be catastrophic. That's enough to possibly top a 2-story home. And then as we head towards Tampa Bay down the coast of western Florida, you can see 5 to 8 feet even in the bay. So if you're along that bay, you need to be prepared for that. But really in that area where the landfall is going to be, in that Big Bend region of Florida, that's where you really just want to be prepared for that. If you're along the coast, you want to be prepared for the storm surge because, again, possibly going to be catastrophic storm surge. And if we look at that inundation map, all those areas in red and orange, even into yellow, are going to be largely underwater. As you can see right here, Apalachicola is a little bit to the off of this map, but this is that Big Bend region of Florida. Tallahassee just to the north, so you can kind of see where this is in that Big Bend region of Florida, and all those areas in red and yellow are going to be largely underwater. That's why I have to stress you need to be very prepared for the storm surge aspect, especially because that is what is going to be causing those rising waters very fast and coming in very fast and could surprise you. So that's why you really do want to be prepared if you're along this coastline. Now, the flash flooding potential is going to be another big time threat, and not only along the coast, but as we head inland towards Georgia and the Carolinas. So in that purple, 70% chance at least of flash flooding, and that stretches into Tallahassee, into southwestern Georgia. And in that red, we do have the 40% chance at least of flash flooding, and that does include the Atlanta area, Macon, Georgia, as we head towards Augusta, Georgia, and into eastern Alabama, through the Carolinas as well. That's, again, another large swath of area there in the southeast where we're going to be watching for flash flooding. And then another zone of purple as you head into the Appalachian Mountains there, northern Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina as well. Again, flash flooding is going to be a big issue with training of rain as Helene makes its way inland through the southeast, so you want to be prepared for that. If you're in a flash flood prone area, make sure you know about this. Make sure you have a way to get those flash flood warnings, because this is going to be a big deal with flash flooding as it heads inland through the southeastern United States. Now, I'm going to leave you guys with this graphic. Hurricanes can escalate quickly, so you want to have a plan to evacuate. You want to have a family plan. Go over those insurance plans as well, and overall, just be prepared. Don't wait till the last minute. You should be preparing right now if you're along that coastline. So make sure you have a great rest of your evening. Again, if you're in those areas that are expected to be affected by Hurricane Helene, prepare now. You need to prepare. If there is evacuation orders, I do highly suggest that you do evacuate. So have a great rest of your evening. Prepare if you're in those areas expected to get hit. Make sure you subscribe. Go follow me on Twitter, and I will see you soon with more weather.